Joining me now, live from Washington, is Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood. Secretary, thanks for joining us. A lot of questions here, a lot of puzzled heads around America about this one. You were a congressman for a long time. These are your colleagues that you're talking to. You're asking them to come back. Can you just explain for Americans out there what this is and why it happened?
What it is, it's an extension of the FAA money that can be available to pay for the work that employees do. We have 4,000 employees furloughed because Congress didn't pass the 21st extension the way they had done on 20 other occasions. They left town on their vacations. They're receiving their paychecks. Over 70,000 Americans are not receiving paychecks because Congress left town without taking care of providing the money to the FAA so construction projects could continue and so FAA employees could continue to do their jobs.
Secretary, explain to me the difference between the 4,000 FAA employees who are not getting paid and the 70,000 number you just used.
Yeah, good question. 4,000 FAA employees work directly for the FAA. They work on research, they work on development, they work on next generation technology. Some of them are people who do very, very important work. They're FAA employees. The Congress didn't pass the money to continue them receiving paychecks while they went on vacation. And on the 70-plus thousand construction workers and other people that are involved in construction, this money, it comes from a pot of money that it was also suspended because Congress didn't extend the FAA bill.
Okay.
This is the money that actually pays the contractor to do the work so he can pay the workers.
Got it. Okay.
You know, there's a lot of talk about Washington over the last several months about jobs and politicians talking about jobs and putting people to work. Laying off 70-plus thousand people is not my idea of putting people to work. And Congress ought to come back and do their work, come back from their vacations, do their work, and put hardworking Americans to work so they can get a paycheck, just like Congress is receiving on their vacations.
Let me ask you this, Secretary. You have said repeatedly that at the moment there is no safety concern. Yesterday we spoke to Michael Goldfarb, former Chief of Staff at the FAA. He agrees that at the moment there is no safety concern, but he says that on the margins, if this goes on for a long time, it's not a good idea. Is there any point at which this starts to affect safety?
This is the reason that I am on the airwaves doing everything I can today to persuade Congress to come back, do their job, put these people to work. Safety is not compromised. It never will be compromised. Thousands of people are boarding planes. They'll arrive safely today because our people are on their jobs, doing the jobs that they know how to do, which is making sure that flying is safe. Now, Congress ought to do their job, come back from their vacations. They're receiving their paychecks. If they really want to create American jobs for the friends and neighbors, come back, pass this bill so people can start going back to work on construction projects and FAA can come back and do their jobs.
I want to let people know that we're talking about $25 to $30 million a day in lost revenues. Could add up to $1 billion if this thing does, wait for Congress to come back. But let's just help me understand what this is about, because some people say it's that Congress left and didn't get anything done. Others say that it is about funding for certain smaller airports. And then Harry Reid came out yesterday and said that it's about unionization rules. Can you give me some sense of what's behind why this didn't get done?
Well, look, there are these controversial items that have been put in bills, but that didn't stop Congress on 20 other occasions from passing an extension. And that's what we want them to do now, pass the 21st extension. If you've got issues with labor provisions, if you've got issues with money going to small airports to help airlines fly in and out, work that out. Don't hold the American jobs and American people hostage over controversial issues that were not a problem on 20 other times when Congress passed an extension. Come back from your vacation, come back and put Americans to work the way that you would do for your friends and neighbors so they can receive a paycheck like Congress is receiving.
You know these people. You've got a good relationship with them. You served with a lot of them. Are you gaining any traction in asking them to come back?
Well, we're going to find out. The idea that they've left town on their vacations and they're receiving a paycheck and they talk a lot about jobs. They give good speeches about it. I want them to walk the walk. Come back to D.C., walk up, cast their votes, put Americans back to work. If they want to talk the talk, then walk the walk, and let's put our friends and neighbors back to work. This is not fair to American workers. In a very, very hard economy, a tough economy, people trying to figure out how they're going to make their house payment, how they're going to make their car payment, how they're going to take care of buying school supplies for their kids as they head back to school. This is not fair to American workers. Come back, Congress, pass this extension, and then you can go on your vacations.
Secretary Ray LaHood, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming on and giving this message. Transportation Secretary.
Thanks for your interest.